When I first heard about paying yourself first, I had no clue what it meant. I figured if I was getting money from a paycheck, I was paying myself first because I was receiving income. But what paying yourself first actually means is setting aside a portion of your income for either savings or investments before you spend money on anything else. And this is also known as reverse budgeting. So instead of trying to create like 20 different spending categories and trying to build the perfect budget, paying yourself first takes the complete opposite approach. And I typically recommend this with clients, and in my opinion, it is by far the most effective way to save money. So the goal of paying yourself first is that once you receive your paycheck from whether it's your employer or from your business, you immediately transfer a portion of that income to either a savings account or to an investment account. And to be able to do this, you need to have a decent understanding of your cash flow, so the money coming in each month and the money going out each month, so that you can know how much you can start saving. And I recommend using a budgeting app like Truebill or Mint for this, or you could just go through your bank account statements, your credit card statements, just so you have an understanding of how much you're spending each month. But the first step to paying yourself first is to have a checking account and a savings account. And you may already have a savings account at your traditional bank, but I recommend opening an online high yield savings account just so that you're earning a little bit more in interest. They average around like 0.5%. Traditional banks are around like 0.06%. So just by using an online one, you may be able to earn a little bit more. And my two favorite are Marcus by Goldman Sachs and Ally Bank. And the reason you want to have two separate accounts is so that you can physically transfer the money from your checking account, which is your spending, and that's where all your expenses, all your bills are going to be paid out of, over into a separate savings account, which is going to be used to build up your cash reserve and then used to possibly fund investments over time. So once you have a checking account to receive income and a savings account to build your cash reserve, you're ready to start paying yourself first. So let's say you take home $5,000 every month and you get paid bi-weekly, so you're taking home $2,500 every 2 weeks. So on the first of the month, you're gonna get $2,500, but you're most likely gonna have a lot of expenses at that time, so like your mortgage, whatever bills are due, so you might not be able to pay yourself first a lot out of that first paycheck. Maybe it's $100. But even if it's only $100, you can still pay yourself first by going into your banking app, transferring whatever that amount is from your checking to your savings account, and then you're done. And it sounds super simple, and it really is. Because then you can spend what's left over in your checking account guilt-free. You don't even really have to budget for it because you already saved what you needed to. So first paycheck of the month, you might not be able to put a lot to the side for savings, but on the second paycheck, you're gonna get another $2,500, and maybe with this one, you're able to put $1,000 towards savings. So with saving $1,000 with this second paycheck and maybe just a few $100s on the first one, you're gonna be saving about 20% of your income, which is a good goal to shoot for, but just depending on your personal situation and your own goals, you just need to take some time to figure out how much you truly need to be saving each month to make sure that you're hitting your own goals. And it might take a few months to figure out how much you can comfortably save each month and how much you need to keep in your checking for your spending. But once you feel comfortable with that, I recommend to then automate the transfers. And the only reason I don't recommend to automate paying yourself first right away is because you may not know exactly what your monthly spending is or exactly how much you're able to put aside with each paycheck. So I say to manually do it for the first few months so you can just physically make that transfer. You can see the dollar amount go over into the savings account. And then once you're comfortable with it, you know how much you can set aside each month. I recommend setting it on just an automated transfer, so it might pull once a month or twice a month. A portion of your income automatically gets sent to either a savings account or an investment account, and you don't even have to think about it. So in a nutshell, that's what paying yourself first means and how to do it. All you're doing is setting aside a portion of your income for either savings or investments before you spend money on anything else. And if you do this, I promise that your future self will thank you.